click this video, you are either in college, just got out of college, thinking about college, or you've been out of college and you are paying student loans off that you wish you never had. Welcome back to my channel, you guys. It is a talking video. I haven't done one of these just straight to camera talking videos in a while. I feel like I've been kind of incorporating talking to you guys in different videos, which I love to do, but I figured today I might as well just talk to you guys about something that kind of comes up for me a lot. And it comes up because a lot of people who ask me, how did you get to do what you do? How did you get to the point where you are with lipstick and curls? And what did you major in? What did you go to school for? How did you get to where you are? And a lot of people are surprised when they hear the degrees that I have. One, that I have degrees. Two, the actual degrees that I have. And three, how I feel about the degrees after the fact. To give you a little bit of background about me, I am 27, so I've been out of college for a few years, but I actually went to undergrad, got a bachelor degree in family studies, and then I went on to get a master degree in education policy and leadership with a focus in higher education. So basically, I wanted to work in college atmospheres on the non-academic side. So I wanted to work strictly with students, helping them matriculate through their college experience. Now, obviously, I do this full-time. I am lipstick and curls full-time, and I absolutely love it, and I would not trade my life now for anything. But we did not get here without having diverse experiences that maybe not directly feed into what I do now, but indirectly definitely do. So if you're somebody who is questioning college, questioning why you are doing it, questioning what it's actually going to give you after, or questioning why did I just spend 4 years or plus or less of my life being in a classroom and now I can't get a job, or I can't figure out what exactly I want to do. Let's talk, sis. Let's talk. So one of the things that I get a lot of, like I said, was people asking me, did I go to school, or do I feel like school helped? I want to give you guys the things that I learned through going to school that are universal, that have really helped me be successful doing what I do now. So the first thing that helped me do what I do now indirectly was being able to be on a schedule. And being on a schedule meaning being consistent with posting on a regular basis and understanding that that is the expectation, is that when you commit to something, there's going to be things that you have to do on a consistent basis to help you matriculate / flourish in whatever you are doing. And so having a class schedule, being in college, and having kind of like, I see it as a time to learn how you are, what works best for you, how do you best efficiently get things done in life. And that's what college gave me. Being on a class schedule, having syllabi that tell me when exams are, when different homework is due, helped me get in the mindset of, okay, you have something to do and there is a deadline. It's actually super surprising with a lot of people in my industry as far as like social media and like working with brands, how many people don't understand the concept of deadlines and how they are hard. It's like, this is due today. There's nothing else to it. It's due today. And I think college gave me that kind of, college gave me that discipline to understand when a deadline is and how to meet it. The second thing that college taught me that helps me now is to work with others and be accommodating to others, collaboration, understanding that I am a type A personality. I'm usually the one that automatically becomes the leader in the group, and I naturally am that way. But I never would have understood that about myself if it wasn't for being in a classroom setting. And I wasn't always like that. Growing up in K through 12, high school and stuff, I wasn't that person. I was not, the leader in the class or anything when I was in high school. And really most of the time that I was in undergrad. It wasn't really until my last couple years of undergrad and grad school where I really started coming into my own. So I appreciate college for giving me the tools to be confident and capable in any sort of environment, and understanding like, what are the basic things that you need to problem solve, and how do you problem solve when you've got a lot of things going on, lots of opinions, but you want to focus in on what is the goal. College gave me that process for myself. So one of the things that I always think about is when I was in grad school, my last semester was like, a struggle. And it was like I was getting really, really great opportunities with lipstick and curls. And then at the same time, God was telling me that I wasn't supposed to be working in higher ed anymore, and that I shouldn't be going down that path, because that was a struggle for me. You guys know I've been doing this for a really long time outside of school, and the end of my grad program was really the time that I had to make a decision. Am I gonna jump off this ledge and have faith in lipstick and curls and let God really drive my steps? Or am I gonna go over here and be a higher ed administrator because I know that that's going to be solid. I know that I'll be able to have a job, and I'll know what to do. You see how one side is allowing God to direct my thoughts and moves and steps, and the other side is what I think I should be doing? Yeah. If you can make that distinction in life, that's usually when you know that you're supposed to do the thing over here that requires faith. And so that was what happened to me my last semester of grad school. And I believe that I would have never came to that crossroads if it wasn't for my grad school experience. So that's another thing that school gave me. It's like, it doesn't matter what I majored in. It doesn't matter what I was working towards. It gave me the experience of, okay, this is scary over here, but this is something that like God is controlling. And this is something over here that I'm super capable of doing and I'm great at, but maybe it's not necessarily where I'm supposed to be. It's kind of comfortable. It's safe, and a lot of times we don't realize that we choose the safe options before really thinking about, well, what would it be like if I jumped off this ledge and let God order my steps? And that's not to say that I just jumped off the ledge with no preparation. No, I had been preparing simultaneously as I was in undergrad, as I was in grad school. I was still building lipstick and curls, and it was for fun. And so God gave me the ability to sustain myself with a grad internship that I worked and a school that was going to give me a solid schedule and something to work towards. Also, I got those 2 pieces of paper that say Bachelor of, Master of. You know what I'm saying? So I can keep those things in my back pocket. So I know that it can be a struggle when you're in school, or you're contemplating finishing school, or about to go to school, or just mad that you got to pay Sally Mae all this money and you're not even doing what you thought you were going to be doing. Breathe, okay? And recognize that even though, yes, you got to pay Sally Mae, be grateful for the opportunity to even do something with your time that's going to give you those indirect and transferable skills that you'll use, because no experience is a waste of time. You decide if it's a waste of time. If you say, oh, I got a degree in basket weaving, but now I work in electronics, my basket weaving experience is just like nothing for nothing, you're choosing to think of it that way, right? But instead, you could look at it as, well, what about basket weaving? What about the artistic and creative aspect of basket weaving can I bring into electronics and build that bridge between those 2 things? Because at one point, you had to have been interested in basket weaving enough to say that was going to be your degree. So I think it's easier said than done, obviously, to like look at the brighter side of doing something you don't really feel like your heart is in anymore. But I think it says a lot about completing something you start before doing something else. And not necessarily as if you have to wait to finish your degree before you start your YouTube channel or whatever. start it at the same time. Start building yourself up, whether that is you're in school getting a degree in something, but then on the side, you're teaching yourself a new skill, or you're in another program that's allowing you to grow in a different way that you can use also. You can never be too experienced. And I think that it's important to realize that what are those transferable things that will be able to help you no matter what you do? And I think that's the power of college, is that, yes, we choose majors and all of that stuff, which I could talk about that aspect of like, why are we choosing our entire lives at 17, 18 years old when we aren't even who we're supposed to be yet? That's a whole nother discussion for another day, okay? But it's super important to recognize that college is that environment where you're allowed to test things out, to get some structure to the way that you work. And then whenever you graduate, utilize those transferable skills like organization, teamwork, collaboration, scheduling, working on deadlines, all those things. Instead of looking at it so literally like, I have a major in art history. What the hell am I going to do with art history in communications? There's a lot. You just have to be creative with the way that you transform and you create the life you want. Because if I wasn't creative, I would not be here right now. I would have gotten my higher ed job. I would have been on somebody's campus. I would have been advising somebody's organization, and that would have been it. But because I knew that I didn't want to live that life, so if I know that I don't want that, I've got to figure out what I want. And so there's things in you that you know in your gut that are true for you and that you desire. It's just sometimes the world and like our experiences in life, whether that be through school, through our parents, through our community, make us think that we are all supposed to do this one thing. We're all supposed to go to college. We're all supposed to live life like this. And that's not the case. And remember, I have a degree in higher ed. I'm supposed to be one of those people that's like, go to college, choose a great major. I'm telling you that college is not for everyone. But if you're somebody that's already in it and you're recognizing that like you don't quite fit in there, find what you're supposed to get out of that experience before you hop out the basket, okay? So in a nutshell, is college worth it? It's subjective, But what I can tell you is I am one of those people that when I was in high school, I barely made it into undergrad. Like, I didn't care much. The reason why I chose the school that I went to for undergrad was because there was a mall down the street. And on top of that, the mall was raggedy. So I didn't have expectations, very high expectations, okay? And then while I'm in undergrad, I'm thinking to myself, I can't wait to get the hell up out of here. I'm never going to go back to school. As soon as I'm done, I'm done. And then I transition into this person as a senior who's like, I'm applying to grad school and I'm so excited about it. And when I'm in grad school, I'm like, what am I going to do my PhD on? What is my research going to be about? School started to excite me because I recognized that it wasn't about the structure of school for me. It was about the learning environment. I was soaking up so much and I wanted to learn more. And school was the environment where I discovered that part about myself. And now I still utilize the skill sets that I've learned in grad school, especially because I went in grad school. Y'all, I'm not going to lie. I was like a 4.0 student in grad school, maybe 3.9. Okay, I'll give y'all that. 3.9 student in grad school. Mind you, I didn't even graduate undergrad with a 3.0, okay? So that's why sometimes God places us like the desire in our hearts at a certain time to do something that may not really make sense in the bigger picture as far as like where you see yourself going, but legit in the bigger picture, it's going to make sense because you're going to get something out of that experience that you wouldn't have gotten anywhere else. So if you are in school right now and you're struggling, or hey, you're about to be in school just started, don't worry, girl. Whatever you're doing right now, you're supposed to be there. And if you're not where you are supposed to be, you need to figure out why you're out of step and do some soul searching and figure out where you can reroute yourself to get you back on track. Because I know that feeling of, this ain't my life. This ain't where I'm supposed to be. I'm not supposed to be here. We've had moments like that, right? And if you're having that moment right now, all you can do is say, all right, we know we're not supposed to be here. What is our exit strategy? How are we going to use this experience to our advantage to get out and to do better? So that's how you want to think about college. If you do realize that you may not be where you want to be, or you're trying to justify why you are paying Sally Mae $600 a month just to live life and to do an occupation you didn't even go to school for. It's not about the degree. It's not about the major. It's about the experience that you're getting in college. So happy back to school for all my college curlies out there. I love y'all. I will always have a soft spot for my college curly girls because that's really where I matriculated and became Jade, aka Lipstick and Curls. And it is a time in everyone's life that I'm super passionate about because that's really where I figured out who I was as a person. And I know that that's what it is for a lot of people. So happy fall, happy back to school. Power through, y'all. Don't wait until the end of the semester to talk to your professors. Be a part of the study groups. Go to the office hours. Peace.